can tell we're late because there's over 100 people waiting for us.
Aww.
Over 100 already. Sorry, team. Bank holiday has us all over the place. Because normal routine has not been a thing today. And normal routine really fucks my brain. And we've been all over the place. I was late to Vag because we got distracted with errands and busy things to do this morning that we couldn't do yesterday because everything was fucking closed because Easter Sunday. Exclamation mark Vag. So I was late to Vag. And then I was kind of sat there hoping that we would just be able to keep vagging all night. Yeah, and then it didn't work out that way.
No.
People don't love the vag like they love the hobby show. I reckon it's you. I reckon you're the difference.
Because I don't vag.
Me and Joe are on the vag show and it's like 40 people. And then me and you are on this show and it's 150. So, you know. Aww. Just telling everyone that you're better than Joe. Anyway. So that was the... And then I stopped. And then we were running late for dinner. And then... Oh, it's been a whole thing, right? All over the place. All over the place. A whole thing. But we're here now. We're here. And if you saw on Sunday, Mr. The Games Workshop announced that on Saturday, the pre-orders would be going up for World Eaters and Death Guard. How exciting is that? I can't wait for those books at all. I'm so excited for those books. I love World Eaters. I have, however, kind of passed the mantle on to Tom a little bit for now. I'm really starting to get into Death Guard. It's just a great weekend of books. It also helps. They go up for pre-order with their army boxes, etc., on the same day that we're all going to be in the studio. Well, you might not be, but...
Oh, Thane weekend.
We'll be all in the studio because it's Thane's weekend.
Ooh, are you looking forward to Thane's weekend?
No, fuck them. No, I am. I'm just fucking absolutely exhausted. I'm so tired that I'm like...
No.
I'm like...
Found out my first match in the tournament on Saturdays against 2 Stompers. Guess I am hunting Stompers with my Revenant Titan. For the Great Hall.
That sounds amazing though, Clive. Thank you for the $5, man. Thank you. And Mrs. Van Holy, thank you for the member. And Buzz, thank you for becoming a member before you even went live, you legend. A member before waving your member at me before I even got started. So I am looking forward to it, but the issue I have is I am incredibly tired. Not looking for sympathy. I'm incredibly tired, and I've got a full day streaming tomorrow, full day streaming Thursday, and I won't be sleeping quite properly because I'll be worried that I won't have everything in order for Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday will come, and thankfully I have people like Jill that turn up a bit earlier to help me set everything up, and Friday will come and I'll be like, stress. I'm not ready for people.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, probably am ready for people.
Yeah.
But and we've done it before, and I was like,
say,
second time it would be much easier.
Yeah.
Not.
The good thing is that you have done it before, so there is a rough formula for how the weekend works.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I've even got myself models to build this time around because it was so good last time. I think it's just because there's like a huge pressure on, for me at least, and people will say it doesn't exist, but it does. There's a huge pressure on these people are coming. It's my job to make sure they have a good time. Yeah. And actually last time, they just had a good night time by themselves. They didn't need me to be there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Just facilitated the good time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't still mean I don't put the pressure on it to make sure that they enjoy themselves for the weekend. So, you know.
Are you looking forward to the Costco chocolate bars purchase again?
That's probably tomorrow morning, Costco.
So many chocolate bars.
I bought too much last time. I spent too much money. We didn't break even. That's a problem. So I'm going to try.
Well, that's the standard now. If there's not that many chocolate bars this time, there'll be a riot.
Well, tough, quite frankly. So yeah, that's coming up this Saturday as well, at the same time as being able to order these wonderful new tomes and wonderful new books. So, I am not allowed to talk about these books. As you guys have probably figured out, if it goes up on pre-order on Saturday, there's a strong possibility that anyone who is a frequent previewer of Warhammer 40k stuff for Games Workshop has probably got their hands on it. So I can't say anything. What I want to know, though, from you wonderful people out there is what sort of things are you hoping to see? Right? That's what I'm after. What sort of things are you guys hoping to see? I actually think on the whole, they did a good job of Emperor's Children. And in terms of like narrative and flavorful rules, I think they did a good job there. We have issues with people like, Fulgrim, but on the whole, I think they did a good job. So if that's the case, if that's the kind of benchmark, if that's the standard that they've set so far, what do you guys want to see from the codexes that are coming. If you don't care about these 2 codexes coming, if you're not interested and you don't have anything therefore to put on a postcard and send it in to us so that Brian can read it out to us and we can all go, oh, interesting. What you also can do is Lucy's come up with this weird idea, right?
Facilitator of a good time, sure, package emoji, has one of those, snowflake emoji.
Thank you, Britters, for the 5. Thank you. If you don't have that sort of thing, Lucy's been talking about this, right? We've just finished Lent.
Yeah.
Which is giving up something for 40 days.
Yeah.
I didn't give up anything for 40 days.
I completely forgot.
I think I gave up sleep.
I gave up reels for a few days and then I found myself back on it, so it ruined.
I gave up being happy.
Which year?
So we've thought about like thinking about the hobby, but it can also be other habits and stuff. What if we do as a community like a reverse Lent for the next 40 days? Mm-hmm. So instead of giving something up, adding something into your routine or something into your like world or life. Is that what you were getting at?
Yeah, because if you want to set a good habit in a kid, it can take as little as 3 days.
Yeah.
If you want to set a good habit in yourself as a functioning adult, it can take up to 3 months to make it habit.
I think it's a cool idea.
So 40 days is a month and a half there or thereabouts. So surely by then it should be starting to become...
So I'm going to kick it off.
Okay.
We're starting this from tomorrow, right? 40 days from tomorrow.
Okay.
I need you to work out when that ends for me so we can track it, right?
Okay.
I'm going to drink a bottle of water every day.
Ooh.
This bottle specifically.
Hydration is really tough.
Every day for 40 days.
I can't. I'll fail that. Or that can't be my thing.
Well, good, because it's my thing. You fucking get your own thing, woman.
I need it to be obtainable.
This is my thing, right?
Yeah.
Because originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to do something exercise related every day. But at the moment, at least, I can't do that on Wednesdays because it's your day off.
So from tomorrow, you say?
Yeah, from tomorrow, 40 days. In the meantime, thank you, Clive, and thank you, Britters, for the $5 each. You're legends. Thank you, Mr. Sven and Buzz for the gifted. You're a hero. Evan, thank you for the 2 gifted. You're a legend. And thank you so much, Jack Allen, you wonderful human being, for 20 gifted members. What a fucking dancer.
That's actually an excellent day to start on because it means that the 31st of May is your 40th day.
So the last day of May,
yeah,
officially last day of May is the 40th day.
Yeah,
what day is that?
It's a Saturday.
So we'll have to talk about it on the Friday night beforehand, on the 30th of May, on that stream.
Yeah,
I think that's a cool idea, don't you not think?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there we go.
So I need something that I want to do and will be easy to do. Name that thing.
I desperately want the Khorne Demonkin detachment mention on Warcom to be good.
Me too. I miss old Demonkin. What was it? Was it 7th? Was Demonkin? Was that it? Or was it 6th? The Khorne Demonkin book. Still, to my mind, still my most favourite Chaos Codex to ever exist. There you go, chat. What's your most favourite ever Chaos Codex? There's loads of things to get you to send in postcards, right? What's your most favourite ever Chaos Codex? Mine's probably Khorne Demonkin. If you forget it, it took demons and Khorne units, Chaos Khorne units, put it all in one book, and then it had blood tithe points. If you killed a unit or a unit died, you got a blood tithe point. You could spend those points. Blood tithe point 1, 2, 3, 4 gave you some sort of universal special rule. Blood tithe 5, 6, 7, 8 got you a demon unit that you could summon. You saved them, you spent them. When you spent them, you reduced that number of blood tithe points. 8 blood tithe points, you were able to summon a bloodthirster of Khorne. You spent no points on it. Incredible. Incredible. Reverse Lent, New Year's resolution. Sort of, but it's not like a New Year's resolution. It's just the next 40 days. Codex Eye of Terror. Ooh, Dark Angels. Brilliant. Anyway, thank you, Mr. the Cornet Ed. And thank you so much, Jack Allen, for 20 gifted as well. We don't shout about it as much on a Monday as perhaps we should, but Jack is consistently dropping 20 bombs loose. Consistently dropping 20 bombs all the time. Amazing. Jack's fucking incredible. What a hero. We're on 24 of the finest memberships team. We're 1 away from a quarter of the way there. There is 210 people watching this show.
I feel like something else has been cancelled that usually happens on a Monday.
Yeah,
and we're just capturing all the...
Work.
Oh, it's a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's cheating slightly, but the second Ed AOS Blades of Corn. Well, it's not cheating. It's a Chaos Codex. I came back to 40k at the end of 8th, start of 9th. What did you start, wee man, before that? 3rd Ed CSM is my favourite just because how flavorfully customizable it was, but Corn Demonkin was a very close second. I genuinely think I preferred Corn Demonkin. Sounds broken. It wasn't that bad, Mikey. Wasn't that bad. And just look at all these grey names, team, in chat. Some of them new people that I haven't recognised before. Let's get them in the hall. Get them in the Great Hall. If you get gifted a membership as a grey name tonight, right? If you're lucky enough to get gifted one of these grey names, one of these memberships, because you don't want to take one out yourself, ! Discord. Get in the Great Hall. Have a look around. Come on to all of our streams. We typically stream 7 times a week at least.
I'm adding a new bush in which to watch you from a distance. I liked 8th edition Death Guard. Was all kinds of fluffy, like fluff on mouldy bread.
I'm becoming quite a fan of Death Guard at the moment, Stick Monkey, to be honest with you. Thank you for the $5, man. And thank you, Wee Man, for 5 gifted memberships. We are up to 20 more than we had before.
I need to find lots and lots and lots of different 15-minute yoga videos because my arm, it's my right arm. If I stretch it out and then do a full circle with it, I get to just past my ear and it feels like it's trembling.
Speaking of New Year's hobby resolution, Titan done.
Good man.
Is that one of the big ones?
Yeah, well done, mate. Bank Holiday has been great, so well, dude.
To anyone trying to collect all 4 of the limited edition Chaos Codexes, I wish you good fortune trying to get both in your cart this weekend before they sell out.
Don't you think that's a really mental way of doing it, considering they probably want to encourage everyone to collect all 4? Like, do you not think that releasing the limited edition Death Guard and World Eaters ones at the same time on Saturday almost guarantees that no one in the world is going to get all 4? The only way I think I can think of doing it is I sit here, Lou sits there at like 10 to 10, refresh, and I'm trying to get the World Eaters one and she's trying to get the Death Guard one.
What, tonight?
No, on Saturday. So they're releasing these. Okay, so they're releasing these limited edition codexes at the moment, right?
Being able to pick a legionnaire and have a greater demon possess him during the battle was really great warhammer.
Top warhams, honestly. So hang on, let me just set something up for a minute. So they've released these limited edition codexes for the Chaos God specific legions, which I know you don't fully know what I'm talking about here. Mm-hmm. So there's 4 main Chaos gods: Slaanesh, Tzeentch, Khorne, Nurgle. You've probably heard all of them mentioned in the past. Okay, Nurgle is death and decay. Khorne is bloodshed and slaughter. Tzeentch is change and knowledge. Slaanesh is excess. Yeah, right. They're the 4 main Chaos gods, and each of those Chaos gods throughout the Heresy essentially picked a specific legion of Space Marines that they wanted to be their kind of patrons. They want them to be the dedicated deity. So World Eaters is Khorne, Thousand Sons is Tzeentch, Emperor's Children is Slaanesh, and Death Guard is Nurgle.
I just want to be able to run Angron and Skabrand together without paying the daemon tax.
Well, looking at the Emperor's Children one, that looks like it's possible, at least. So get excited. So that's the 4 gods, right? Games Workshop, what they've done it finally is they've released an Emperor's Children Codex. They didn't have one until this year. Never had one before. Okay. So they've now got specific codexes, army books for Death Guard, World Eaters, Emperor's Children, and Thousand Sons. And so what Games Workshop decided to do this year was release a normal codex, a slightly fancy limited edition codex, and then a super fancy limited edition codex, right? Because why wouldn't they try and sell 3 books to one person? First codex, second codex, they do that with every faction. The normal codex and the slightly more special codex, they do that every single faction. And you get one book, which is just a normal codex, and you one that's slightly more fancy. And it has like a little ribbon and black edges, and it's got a slightly different cover art, and you pay, instead of £37.50, you pay 60 quid for it, right? Because why wouldn't you? And now they've gone, here's a really fancy codex. And I don't remember the price, it's like 140 quid or something. It's mental, right? And it's a slightly fancy codex, and you have like a quarter piece of a metal puzzle. And then you get like fancy objective markers and all that kind of shit included in the codex. But they charge you, it's 140 or 160 quid, right? But you get 1/4 of a 4-piece jigsaw puzzle. And the only way you complete that 4-piece jigsaw puzzle is buying all 4 of the £160 books. I think they're 160. Someone in chat correct me. To get these metal puzzles. For reference, the first one that was released for pre-order last Saturday, I think it was, or Saturday before, sold out in about 17 seconds or something stupid like that.
Wow.
So if you are a person who wants to try and collect all 4
Yeah.
and actually complete that puzzle, basically impossible. The thing that really fucking got my goat, and it happens all the time, so it's not necessarily new news and things I should really be ranting about, was that I looked on eBay on Thursday for that limited edition with the special tokens codex, and eBay is flooded with them at £400-500 a time. And the funny thing is, it's flat against. I reported like 5 of them because it's against the eBay's terms and conditions to sell a product that you don't currently have in hand as a pre-order, right? So I reported 5 of them, and eBay for some reason came back on every single one. Like, yeah, not against our terms and conditions. Apart from they flat are. Like I literally go through the drop-down menu and go items on pre-sale not yet currently available. That's what it is. You're like, yeah, not against our terms and conditions.
Or order them at GWNZ and get a Kiwi to bring them over in June. They have a 2-hour order period here where they don't sell out. Downside NZ price.
Which is like buying all 4 for one book anyway, right? But yeah, so I message me, Clive. But yeah, so I reported like 5 of them, and eBay were like, yeah, it's not against our terms. I'm like, but I've followed your drop downs within your reporting thing.
If it's not a thing, then why is it in the drop down?
Why is it there?
Yeah.
Why is it a thing, right? Thank you, Clive, for $5 more bucks. Anyway, you absolutely amazing human being. I appreciate you. Do the Battle Force boxes also have a 4th limited edition codex? Can't recall. No. Battle Force boxes are just models. Also love the £65 limited edition Death Guard codex. Love the new artwork for Lord of Boxes. To the Warcom. I haven't seen this artwork. Or if I have, I sort of skimmed over it. I just want both. I really just want both World Eaters and Death Guard to be flavorful. I don't even care about Broken. Well, that is a super fucking cool book, isn't it? I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of really, really, really want to try and get my hands on the Death Guard limited edition one. But I don't care for the price, so. Rummer Clock, thank you for the 1 gifted. 30. Banging. 20 gifted gets us to 50, chat. Just throwing that out there. Thank you so much, Rummer Clock. You're a hero. I reported a bunch of Emperor's Children pre-order stuff when we didn't even know the date they were going on pre-order. Each time I did, eBay said, nah, it's fine. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Maybe eBay don't
care.
Well, maybe they don't understand. That's.
I think they just don't care. I'll be honest. I just don't think they give a shit, sweetheart. Which, you know, ultimately, if the product's being sold and eBay are taking their fee, why would they give a shit?
Yeah.
I managed to get the Emperor's Children one. Very stressful buying from GW. Oh God, yes.
Coming to UK September, will bring the Orc to
Oh,
rain.
bless you, man. What a legend. Thank you. What a hero. What a man. Love Death Guard. They brought it back to 40k.
I just had my offer for a house accepted yesterday and will close on May 20th. I hope your search for housing will be concluded soon. Love from USA.
Thank you so much, dude. What? Hopefully it's a house you're really happy with if you've bought it as well. Message sent in Discord. Thanks, dude.
Apparently, buying a house is one of the 5 stressful things you can do in your life.
5 stressful things. Buying a house.
So it's arranging a parent funeral, or like a spouse funeral.
Yeah.
Buying a house.
Yeah. Moving house.
And selling a house. So buying and selling the house. Babies. a wedding, planning your own wedding.
Yeah.
And there's always one more.
Moving house, surely.
Is it the moving?
I
I feel like that's chucked in with the buying and selling of houses.
I hate moving, team. Ugh.
The whole moving house.
It's grim. Moving's grim.
I always forget the last one.
Getting you to spend money?
Getting me to spend money.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful.
Why?
Because you never want to spend any money.
I spend money. Yes, I do. I just like to research the fuck out of it, so I absolutely know that this is the one I want.
Hiding a body is pretty stressful, Carl, correct? Number 5, dealing with a wife, exactly.
Divorce, that's it. Timothy Unwin, divorce. That's it.
Oh. I got into 40k thanks to Death Guard. I played Warhammer Total War and went over to Games Workshop website. Couldn't find a lot on Warhammer Fantasy Battle, but saw a lot on Death Guard. Really like their look. I love that. I'm starting to really love the Death Guard look. Although I had a stressful time with the Terminators last week. My hobby mojo. So this is a hobby stream. My hobby mojo is currently in the toilet, team. A friend will help you move. A good friend will help you move a body. Burying a parent. Is it wrong for me to have put the bunting up?
Wow.
No, not always. Not always. Planning a wedding and then having to cancel everything and organise refunds and pay bills that never got fulfilled is pretty stressful. That sounds pretty stressful. There's lots of stressful things in the world, isn't there? We're at 100 likes, team. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings. We're at 0 out of 10 on the super chat target. I don't think anyone's given us a thing they're going to do for 40 days. No one likes your idea.
I used to do yoga a lot. I loved how the movement felt. I loved how my mental health felt. Again, I don't know why I fell out of the habit of it because it felt so good. I need to do something about the weakness in my body. I'm fucking fed up of it.
The thing is with habits, and the thing is with things that are for positive feeling, positive well-being, like mental health well-being, physical well-being, etc., is it's always very difficult to fall into the habit. You said it yourself, right? It takes adults up to 3 months to set a habit. Typically, a lot of these things are things that we don't necessarily like to do to start with, because the first time you start exercising, it hurts. The first time you start drinking more water, it's a bit of a slog, and you're not feeling the benefits, because guess what? If you do something where you feel a benefit instantly, it's probably not all that good for you. Typically.
Yeah.
Right? If it's a shortcut, probably not all that good for you. Okay? So to set the habit for something like that, it's a bit of a slog and a bit of a grind, and you have to want to do it, and you have to put the effort in. Okay? The problem is, once you get in that habit, and you get into that thing, whether that's taking vitamins and minerals or supplements, whether that's drinking water, whether that's doing yoga, going to the gym, doing more steps, getting a run in, etc., etc., once you get that habit and you start to feel the benefits.
I have a real issue with hobbying, so I'm going to spend 1 hour a day hobbying.
Love it, Squirrel Noob. Love it. Thanks for kicking us off. Once you're in the habit is then less effort to maintain because you're in the habit. Until the effort to maintain it becomes so low because it's a habitual, it's very easy to stop doing it. And here's the big thing that people seem to forget. And you're one of the world's worst for this, is when you're taking a vitamin and mineral that you've been taking for the first 2-3 weeks, you won't really feel a proper difference. Mm-hmm. Then after perhaps 2 months, you start to feel a difference, and you're feeling better and more energized and more awake, or whatever it might be. And then at that point, you feel good. Very easy to stop taking that vitamin. Very easy to stop doing that yoga. I feel good. I've done it. I've got to that point where I feel good again.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I don't need to put that effort in anymore because I feel good now. And you stop doing it, and then you eventually, within 3 months, you'll be like, I feel shit again. Why? It's because you stopped doing the thing that made you feel good. So.
I wonder if it's actually bad to set these goals for yourself when you're on things like bank holidays or annual leave, because the second that you get back on the treadmill, you then not only have to juggle these new habits that you've invested in whatever way, money or time or resources. It then has to fit around something that you can't compromise on, your job or your kids or...
But
the pace of family
no,
life.
I think so. You're not wrong, right? You're not wrong, but I think that when you say you've got to fit it around your job and family life, if you're looking for the excuse to not do it, you will always find the excuse.
Yeah, I did see a really awesome family. It was his dad, and he was doing. It looked a bit yoga-y and a bit strength training, but it wasn't in the gym. They were doing it in the back garden together. And this kid looked about James's age, maybe a couple of years older, so around 12 to 14 years old. And they were doing it together. And the penny dropped for me then of, right, if I want to do exercise, I'm going to have to include the boys. Otherwise, it's just going to get hijacked all the fucking time. Because your work hours are really unsociable, and that's fine. So I can't, when you get in at 11:30, I'm just not going to do it at 11:30. I'm not doing it. Be realistic. I'm too tired. I'm awake when the boys are awake. So I'm going to have to either rope them in or make it really clear. Don't disturb me during these 20 minutes. If you interrupt my yoga, I'm going to be so fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
That your juice couldn't wait.
Which actually is probably fine for the eldest, but more
Yeah.
difficult for the youngest. Oh, my fucking youngest, chat, honestly.
Wow.
Yesterday morning, so on Saturday evening.
I know the story.
Firstly, actually, before we get into it, thank you, Nurgle Matthew, for becoming a Hasidic member all by yourself. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Mordy Hammer, for the 5 gifted, and thank you so much, Stick Monkey, for the 5 gifted as well. We're actually now on 40. You absolute hero. What a legend. Thank you so much. You're all amazing people. If you have been gifted a membership, you can, if you want to, upgrade to different tiers that give you different benefits. If you upgrade to Jarl tier, which is $8.99 a month, you get access to the Jarls only giveaway. And if you get access to the Jarls only giveaway, it's a random entry. You click on it, it automatically enters you if you click on it, right, for free, because you're a Jarl tier member. And on the last day of the month, it draws one of you at random as a winner, and you win a combat patrol box or a spearhead box of your choosing. And we organise it out for you. Or if you're in the US, what we might do is we might go, here's a voucher to your favourite local gaming store. Off you go buy yourself your combat patrol, right? And don't worry, we do all the relevant. I literally go onto the Games Workshop website in your country, so I make sure I'm giving you the correct currency amount, so you can go and buy that box, right? But if you've been gifted a membership or you become a member, you can just upgrade to Jarl. You can enter every month then. Just keep entering every single month and see if you win a combat patrol box. So, Saturday evening, night before Easter Sunday, Luce goes, I'm going to plant all the eggs around for an Easter egg hunt for the boys. Pretty standard thing in a house full of children, right? So she does. She goes round, but we've been doing a bit of DIY. So if we get to a point where we do have to move, which we think we might, we've been plastering holes and painting walls and getting shit ready so that I don't want to do it in the last week and be like, fuck, nothing's good to go.
Yeah.
Cool. So the house was a shithole. So I was like, really, babe? It's going to be like, I want them reaching in the paint pot so there's an egg in there, you know. Pot of paint, sorry. So, but she did anyway, bless her. She put all the eggs out. And then the next morning, our bedroom door opens at 8 a.m. One of the only days we don't have an alarm clock. Our bedroom door opens at 8 a.m. It's my little one who's 7. Mum, it's 8 o'clock. She's like, right. So can I do the Easter egg hunt? She's like, wait for James. James is still asleep. He's my eldest. He's still in bed. Wait for him. He's like, but I want to find the orange one. She's like, wait for James. Okay. Shuts the door. Within 10 minutes? Maybe less, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I start to drift off. Door opens again. I found the orange one. It's in the conservatory. Did you leave it there? Yes. Right, wait for James. Okay. Door shuts. 5-10 minutes later, I start to drift off. Door opens. James is awake. Right, okay. James is awake. Good. So you can do your Easter egg hunt. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, bless him, he's excited. It's Easter Sunday, it's fine. 5 minutes later, fucking door flings open again. We've got the orange one. It was in the conservatory. I know, you fucking told us. Can we eat it? Yes, fine. Fine. Okay. Brilliant. Off you go. Next thing, Luce, bless her, comes down, make coffee. I drink coffee. I get up. I nearly went fucking arse over tit down the stairs because there's still eggs on the stairs. They hadn't done an Easter egg hunt at all because Luce gets all the little like chocolate ones, like the dairy milk, and that's the ones that no. They'd found one egg each, chinned everything else off. Didn't fucking care about anything else. Guy says, eggs plural, kid got one and it was hard boiled and she'll be grateful. We should have done that.
Yeah.
And
Although the price of eggs now.
I would like to next year do the same Easter egg hunt. But what we'll do perhaps is we'll buy like a cream egg, eat the fucker, hard boil an egg, and then wrap it in with the cream egg wrapper again.
Do you know, I think they'll be like, oh, they're bigger this year. Because cream eggs are smaller than they used to be. But eggs...
You're doing that, I'm telling you, that's huge.
Is it?
Yeah. It is, absolutely. Yeah, so, you know. Talk about Combat Patrol. I can't wait to come and see my friends in Southampton next weekend. I'm half-mast with excitement.
Aww.
Me too.
Oh, next weekend. That's not us then.
Fix some holes, loose punches in the door. I know, she's so aggressive.
I know. I'm better, though. I don't hulk out on the doors anymore.
According to you, which is the best army to start right now? I would say Death Guard beats everything else with the Battle Force and Combat Patrol. It's not bad, but the new Combat Patrol, I don't like the fact that it has a 40k Rhino in it. I know that sounds like a really odd thing to say, but I don't like the Chaos Rhino. We've been through this. So if you're okay with the Chaos Rhino, that Battle Force box plus Combat Patrol is an incredible way to start an army. Without doubt. Smaller but cost more. It's really fun shopping these days. Shrinkflation is a thing. Siege Roots, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. What a legend.
You reckon that mini eggs, like the packs of mini eggs, they've got smaller?
But the pack of mini eggs I had was a little pack of mini eggs that's about that big that came out of an Easter egg. So it probably is smaller because of what it's designed for.
But I think they've been that size anyway. I don't think there's anything to do with being an Easter egg pack.
Nah. If anyone's getting into Death Guard, I can highly recommend the Lords of Science audiobook. It's a very good book. It is. I remember going on a rugby tour Easter time. The game was how many mini eggs you could fit in your foreskin. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
This is what scares me about team sports. It's not losing in a grudge match. It's the shenanigans on the bus.
Let's have a look at these boxes anyway. So in the Death Guard, in the big box, in the Pox Wrought Vector Battle Force, you get the new Lord of Pox's dude, a unit of 7 Plague Marines, a unit of 5 Blight Lord Terminators, a floaty bloat drone, a Romba, and a Plague Burst Crawler. That I already think is a good box. In the Combat Patrol, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more Plague Marines, a Tallyman, 3 Death Shroud, and a Lord of Virulence. That's good. Then you get the Rhino. It's not bad. I just don't like the Rhino, but I think it's a good set. I do. I also, by the way, can I say, absolutely detest the new Death Guard dice. Why they've gone pink with them, I don't know. World Eaters, the Battle Force box, you get the new 8-bound dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 8-bound and 20 jackals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 20 jackals. It's not bad. I just think the Death Guard one's better. And then the Battle Force, the Combat Patrol, you get 10 more jackals, 10 berserkers, a demon prince, and a master executions that no one wants. That, I'm sorry, I'm a World Eaters main for Chaos. Really, the World Eater stuff just isn't as good as the Death Guard stuff. And I personally think that objectively the World Eaters Combat Patrol has just got worse. I think it's just got worse. Honestly, I just don't think I would always buy a Horus Heresy Rhino. Exactly that. Exactly that. So if you buy the World Eaters Battle Force and Combat Patrol, you end up with 30 jackals. That's a lot. 30 jackals in those boxes is a lot. It's a lot of chaffs thrown in. I think the Death Guard one is just better value, honestly. I really do. But, you know, maybe that's just me. I think it's better value. The original World Eaters Combat Patrol is amazing. Definitely a downgrade. 100%. 100% downgrade. It's the old Combat Patrol for World Eaters is just flat better. By a long way. I think. Evening mini painting, Dad. I wonder what you do. Well, I only have like 6-8 bound because they've always been sold out locally, so I'll grab the World Eaters Battle Force. That's good. So, we've still got, look, chat, we've still got Mini Painting Dad, Phil Gibbs, David Shaw, 12345100001. As well as, there was another name I just saw as well. Where are you? Stephen White. Look at all these grey names we can get. Mikey. Get them fucking snipers out, team. Wargunner's just written exclamation mark snipe me as well. Death Guard have won the Battle Force Combat Patrol Lottery. Strong agree. Strong agree. I'm tempted to go Death Guard after my Imperial Fist, but they look scary to paint properly. I'm nervous for them. I'm used to painting, like with my Eldar, this is the sort of stuff I like painting. It's nice and crisp and clean and neat. I feel like Death Guard would punish me for doing that, perhaps. I just want the Lord of Poxes. I have everything else. So what you want to do then, Cavan, is you want to buy the Battle Force, take the Lord of Poxes out for yourself, and then you give me the rest. Seems fair, doesn't it?
Sounds fair.
Yeah, see, Luce agrees. Alex Gorley, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. We're on 50, finally. Morty Hammer, thank you for one more. We're on 51. Pie Walker, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. We're on 56. Oh my god, Luce, there's a membership train starting.
Choo-choo!
Motherfuckers. Oh, you got gifted.
Oh,
me.
For
fuck's sake.
Ah, you know what happens now.
Where is my Drakari? I don't. There's been nothing said about Drakari at all. Joe's got in his head they're not going to have a codex. Don't do it. We're poor right now. Hey Craig, how's it going, dude? Also, 234 people on a Monday night show.
But I buy the gifted membership. Da, 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 da.
You're all legends. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Da, da, da.
Biggie, thank you for the one gifted.
Donata, you're welcome for the gifted. Da, 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 da. Buy the gifted membership.
Well, Luce is now officially part of the membership train, Jack. You don't want to let her down, do you? You don't want to let her down on the membership train. Choo-choo all the way to 100. Go. Everyone's turned up for Luce humming. That's why they're here, mate. That's what people turn up for.
Da, 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 da. Buy the
She's doing the head bob
membership.
behind me as well. It's just all I can see is this out the corner of my eye. Very off-putting. There was that leaked Drakari one. I think they will get one. I thought they would have had something by now.
Need to get my hands on this new Death Guard army box. Looks like a great way to start the faction.
100% it is. Thank you for the first yellow one of the night out of 10. Thank you so much, Mini Painting Dad. You're a legend. What a hero. I think it's a great way to start the faction. I honestly think if you get the Codex, the Battle Force box, and the Combat Patrol, incredible start to Death Guard. Keanan, thank you for the one gifted. You're a legend. 59. If someone gives 10 right now, just saying, magic number. Just saying. 11th, then here we come. I need to start an army, but I just can't fucking pick one. Help. Interesting. How we help people like that, chat? I'd love a viable 30 Blight Lord, 120 Poxstalkers list. I think it's so cinematic. It's cool, isn't it? Ivy, do you like good guys or bad guys? Let's do it. Do you like good guys or bad guys? Do you like good guys or bad guys?
Are there any good ones in 40k?
Depends on your perspective.
Orcs. I'm just going to say orcs.
That doesn't... I mean... I wouldn't go orcs. If I'm honest. But then I'm not an orc fan, so I'm the wrong person to answer that question, really. Oh, I got an ore snap. Oh, good.
I've had one today.
I've also seen.
I've just had another one.
I've also seen other YouTubers in the space who are now reporting these quite frequently as well.
Ooh. What, Warhammer ones or like badge type ones?
I like armies that don't destroy my arthritic thumb joints. I mean, you might be in the wrong hobby then. Votan, quite easy to build. Space Marines, quite easy to build. Head to lean towards bad guys. Aliens or evil humans?
Slowly replacing my metal nymphs with the new plastic ones, but am now looking at Death Guard to be my second army. Love the Death Shroud.
I love the Death Shroud. I am not against the idea of 18 Death Shroud Terminators and Mortarion. Custodians, less to paint and easy to play. Fair. Thank you so much for the second yellow one, Jack. We're on 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, team. I believe in you. We can hit all the targets. Rock and Stone. We're still talking about Votan. I wish they had I wish they doubled the model range on those. Really fleshed them out. Craig became a Jarl team member all by himself. He did ruin, however, the opportunity for someone to gift 10 and get us to 69. But thank you, Craig, for becoming a Jarl team member all by yourself. The giveaway will be live pretty soon. Keep an eye out. It does get announced when it goes live in the Jarls giveaway section. You just click, boop, you're in for free. I just struggle to clean up spindly models. Okay. Struggle to clean up spindly models. What bad guys? Later, we'll jump in the bath. Careful.
Yeah, you might slip.
Yeah.
Far more responsible to carefully get in the bath.
Yeah. One foot at a time.
Mm-hmm. It's not a race. It's not a race.
Lifting your balls above your shoulder in case the water's too hot.
That's a Lee Evans joke, that is.
It is. Because what you don't want to do is put your foot in the water and go, because it's far too hot. All right.
That's why you dunk your elbow in.
Do you think Death Guard is a good addition to Space Wolves as a second army? Yeah, perhaps. I think they'll play differently, which is interesting. It is more power armor, but it's very different power armor, I guess. Hard to say. Chaos Marines are pretty solid to build, but tons of trim. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I originally was like, World Eaters are really easy to put together, but there's lots of trim, which makes painting more difficult. So it's really hard to kind of come up with a... Necrons, or not Necrons, Tyranids are a lot more spindly to build, but they're not that spindly, but a little bit more spindly. But you can go Monster Mash, you can go Contrast, and that way there's a lot less intricate, tiny little detail to do, which is probably... I'd probably think about something like Tyranids. If I'm honest. The answer is clear. Full Space Beastman army. Of course. Of course. 100%. We're on 60 members, chat. We've got 40 to go. And we're on 2 out of 10. Does it give me a timer if I click on the little chat thing? No, it just says 2 out of 10. Your 40-day promise. Oh, I'm not going to do the actual thing. I might go away. Who is the background music? Exclamation mark music. Why do some Necron kits have separate necks? Because Games Workshop are sadists and they like to see you struggle. What army would be the best addition to Space Wolves as a second? Need to get a second army to get a friend into the hobby. That's a difficult one, isn't it? Their mortal enemies are essentially Dark Angels or Thousand Suns, but again, it's more power armor. Tau, super easy to build, flat panel, some contours. Yeah, maybe. I don't. It's hard. It's a hard one. I think that honestly, Yoni, the thing to say when suggesting what's your second army is you need to be an army you're passionate about and keen on. And so I feel like it's got to work for you to be able to like want to continue to collect and build it and get it ready to go. I think Death Guard, if you're looking at getting your friend into playing the game, Death Guard have got some beautiful boxes coming out. They're stunning kits. I think Death Guard Space Wolves is it's Chaos versus Imperium. It's a cool matchup. I think it's a solid choice. But it is double power armor. So when you were talking about it being a second army, I was like, well, it might be that you get bored of power armor and you want to play something else. Play something that's not power armor. But if you're doing it for a mate of yours and you want to go good guys versus bad guys, I think Death Guard's a solid shout, mate, to be fair. In seriousness. Emperor's Children also would be cool versus Space Wolves, to be fair. Beginner army, 1,000 times Reuben Marines. You evil bastard, Luton. You evil bastard. If it helps, I don't find Wraith Guard too bad. Their parts are slightly bigger overall. Eldar, Ivy, is the right life choice. And you can do a full Ghost army in Eldar. It's the right life choice. I found Tau infuriating because marring shows up super easy on flat panels. I do find it a bit easy to smooth curves versus flat panels. Power armor is very boring when it comes to 40k. Oh, some subjective escapade. I don't entirely disagree with you, but it's subjective. It's why I don't think I could ever do a plain Space Marine army that doesn't have lots of like uniqueness. I don't mind Ultramarines too much because they have tons of symbols and Ultramarine specific kits. But like I need the robes or the wolf pelts or whatever. No to Life is, how dare you? How dare you? Have we had anyone tell us what they want from these new books? Apart from a couple of people. It annoys me that I look to the left and I see Warhammer Widow gifted my membership. Go guard full tanks. That's cool. I never collect Tau, but would like to collect. I would like to paint the Ghost Skill battle suits. Stunning. Stunningly good. Yeah. Are you alright over there? You wanting away? Tired?
Yeah, we've not relaxed at all, really.
We haven't. No, I know we haven't. We haven't.
That was a silly choice.
It was. I've got a full, very intense week ahead. Next Monday, I don't know what the plan is currently, but it might be Liam write-off day.
I think that's smart.
I'll have to do this show still.
Yeah.
But otherwise it'll be Liam write-off day.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I don't think there is anything planned.
Well, currently this week, what we've got is, and we're still, don't get me wrong, we're still going for another half an hour. It needs to be a 90-minute show, as always is. But currently, team, we've got Liam and Paddy show, 13:30 tomorrow. Live game of 40k, 7:30 tomorrow evening. The Warhammer show, 7:30 Wednesday evening. Liam and Joe show, 13:30 Thursday evening. A live game of 40k at 7:30 Thursday evening. And then potentially a 9:30 after dark on Friday after our meal with the Thanes in town. Rush back, do show. And then the Thanes weekend Saturday, Thanes weekend Sunday, my football podcast Sunday night, and then Monday, the hobby show. I miss that thing called rest.
The thing is, we're not very good at it.
I'm not very good at it at all.
Because on Thursday, when I said, right, boys have got the weekend off, Easter bank holiday, we're just going to do a little bit of DIY around the house. Because it is a little bit. It's things like when we've hung up pictures or...
Well, a lot of it, this is partly my fault. A lot of it is from when the office used to be in the other room, in the smaller room. And I put up some like sticky acoustic panels that look like a fancy like brickwork.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, this is a great idea. I can improve the acoustics in the room whilst having it look like a feature piece.
Yeah.
The panels weren't very good. It was very difficult to line them up and make it look nice and natural and neat because it's just a bit shit. They weren't particularly expensive, to be fair. But they also said to me on the description on Amazon that they were reusable. If you peel them off, put them somewhere else. It's like banging. That's fine. We're in a rental property. Sounds good. Naive me thought, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I put all these panels up. Looked at it when I was done. I was like, that's shit. Looked at it through a camera with the shallow depth of field, and because it blurred it out a bit, it looked great. I was like, happy. Looks fine on camera. That's what I care about. Beautiful. Okay, sounds good. Looks good. And then we moved out of that room and we put it in. We moved the office into here. And and the thing is, the wall wasn't fully panelled.
No.
It was like 2/3 panelled because that was the bit the camera could see.
Yeah.
And often, if you're not in front of the camera, if you're behind the camera, you'll notice this always looks quite neat.
Yeah.
That's not always a true reflection of the state of this office. I'll be honest.
My desk is nice and tidy.
Especially if I've been painting or building or GW been sending me stuff, it's never a true reflection of... Anyway,
my half of the room is
your
nice
half of the room
and
is always
tidy.
great, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well done, you. But what's important is the bit that you can see, right? So after about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months of us, maybe even longer, maybe 6 months plus of us having, I was like, it annoys me that 2/3 of the room is this shit wallpaper stuff. It's easy removable. It was not easy removable. The first one started to come off, and then it just sort of ripped, and it just leaves this shit fucking foamy stuff that sits underneath the kind of slate grey covering, stuck to the wall, and it was fucking stuck to the wall as well. So eventually I tore most of it off, and then I tried to like wash the sticky stuff down to kind of remove it off the wall, the adhesive. I ended up having to buy some industrial product, and you have to spray it. It's called Goo Gone, right? You have to spray it. You get it on Amazon. You spray it on the wall, and then leave it to soak in to try and melt essentially the adhesive.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's such a strong smell. If you're in that room for more than 2 or 3 hours with it, you start to get a headache.
Yeah.
So that took ages. And once I'd finally got all of the fucking shit off the wall, you just had this like weird kind of like ghosted like grease mark where it had been stuck on, and I washed the wall down a few times and it wasn't going away. I was like, right, I'm gonna have to repaint it to make it look like a nice wall again, because it just looks shit, and it's like a weird like yellowy stain where the sticker had been on to what is essentially a white wall. At the same time, if you remember from the very old shows, you guys might have been there when it was in the background, the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Do you remember the whiteboard shenanigans?
The bribes I got.
Chat used to get
what's on the whiteboard? What's in the NDA whiteboard
Because the whiteboard used to have all my planned NDA content on it. And chat used to get very excited about what's on the whiteboard, which was in the background. I have a whiteboard. Luce has a whiteboard.
Yeah.
That's how we manage stuff, right? Mine's now here, up on this wall. Below it is my paint rack mounted to the wall. Luce's whiteboard is over there, mounted to the wall. So they all had to come down to come into this office. And I'd obviously just fucking left the holes.
Obviously.
Because why not?
Welcome to the adult ADHD.
Who doesn't want their lounge wall looking like a fucking cheese grater? So
for like what, a year I've been going, babe, at what point are we tackling the mess you left?
Well, now that we might have to leave.
Yeah. But it's fine actually, because I think when you're in the mental part of, right, this weekend is we're just going to go around and make a note of what needs doing, because the kids aren't remotely destructive. It's just life has happened. Kids, accidents happen. They drop their juice, or there's like a Nutella handprint that you didn't get to yet, or the dog sits against the wall and it got in from a muddy wall. You know, life happens. So let's go around, make a note. The list won't be that big. It'll be a cup of tea's worth, and then we'll crack on. But the thing is, when you're painting a white wall white and you're up close to it, all the scuff marks start to jump out at you, and then you go, oh shit, there's some, oh, and then there's some here and there's some there, and right, now this whole other wall needs sugar soaping and painting, because now I'm right next to it. There's actually a lot of scuff marks. But when you're not that close to it, it just looks like a white wall. So
we bought a small pot of paint. Well, medium-sized pot of paint, I think, is probably more accurate. We bought a medium-sized pot of paint because we were like, we're going to do that back wall. It'll be fine. That's all we need to do. No dramas. Jobs are good and happy days. Right? We did that. And then we found out that actually the next wall, we've run out of paint.
Yeah.
And haven't finished doing what I want to do. I need to go back tomorrow morning and get more paint.
Yeah. That's the curse of being right up close next to the wall. You start to see all of it.
Yeah, it was.
It's really not that bad. Considering we've been here 6 years, there's 6 years worth of birthdays, Christmases, potty training, accidents, illnesses. It's nowhere near as bad.
Have we talked about Death Guard yet? We haven't really. It's mostly at the moment, Charlie. Right. We all know that we're previewers here. It's mostly about you telling me what you'd like to see. I'm excited to see whether people are happy with the outcome in 6 days' time, 5 days' time. Honestly, I hope Death Guard become a lot more elite. I've also turned. I haven't tried the membership tracker for a week. I've just turned it back on. So if anyone wants to gift 40 members right now, just to test the tracker, no other reason.
I could gift them then if you're
40.
just testing.
No, not you. Not you. It just costs me money. I don't make any money off that. It literally just costs me money.
Okay.
Every time you gift a membership, right? All we're doing as a household is giving YouTube £1.50-ish, and then giving the taxman some money.
Is that not what we all do anyway?
No, well, we've already on the money that you're spending, we've already given taxman money and YouTube. And then we'll do it again. Fucking women, honestly. I'm already super excited for it. Finding out we got at least part of the Plague Company detachment across the board has me chuffed. Yes. Well, let's look at the article, right? No, Dan, 40, not 1. No, looks like the tracker's still broken. Fuck, I was hoping it would work then.
So anyway.
Thank you, Dan, for the one gift today. You're a legend.
This weekend was meant to be restful and just a quick cast an eye on the house. If we do need to go, how long is this going to take?
I really don't want to have to move, honestly.
And actually, no, I think I don't want to either, because Ben now, this is his home. He doesn't remember the other house. This is his childhood home. And when you look at it logistically, we're very well connected.
Tim, thank you for the one gifted. You're a legend. Moldy Hammer, thank you for the one gifted. We're on 63 loose.
Amazing.
Yeah. Curtis, thank you for the one gifted. We're on 64 loose. It's a membership train. Adam, thank you for the one gifted. 65 loose is a membership train.
Choo-choo!
Fucking hell. One job.
But when we look at this house logistically, we're very well connected. We've got a supermarket. We could probably, on a good day, throw a rock and hit the car park. We've got what's this road right here? Is this the A?
326.
The A326 is right there. In terms of getting out and about for home ed stuff, a lot of buses go through Totton and then back out to the Waterside or Southampton. And trying to replicate that is very, very difficult.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I really don't want to go. So actually, touching up the house in case we do need to go, to give it back to a state that we received it in, because that's only right. It's probably just good husbandry anyway to go out, we've done the toddler years now.
Yeah.
So.
Stephen March, thank you for one gifted. You're a legend. Before I upgrade these memberships now, you have a chance, chat, to race ahead before I get to update it, because what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the article for Death Guard, right? Because a lot of people are asking about Death Guard, and I don't want to say something I'm not allowed to say, because that'd be bad. There's only one of us in here that gives things away early, isn't there, babe?
Yeah.
So,
but he's not here today.
Yeah, he's not, no. So we look at the Death Guard detachments bombard the lackeys of the Corpse Emperor with plagues and poxwalkers, okay? Only because you guys are talking about stuff and I don't know whether it's been showcased on Warcom or not. Because I don't talk about...
IC, CK, or guard tank spam. Variety is good.
If you're going to go knights, my preference is almost always to go chaos because you get more variety. That being said, Imperial Knights are possibly easier to paint. But Chaos Knights are just cooler. Guard tank spam's also cool as shit though, so you know, and some of them are beautiful models as well. Nothing like 6 Rogaldons. With Remy Eyes and Barsic, is it come up on the screen? It has come up on the screen. Good. Okay. So, with roomy eyes and bile slick grins, the corpulent... Is it? Right, we've caught up. Right. With roomy... There we go. The corpulent warriors of the Death Guard trudge into the fray under the buzz of flies and tolling of rusting bells. Notorious for their inflexible approach, the Sons of Mortarion actually express a fair bit of tactical nuance. There are 6 attachments to the new Codex Death Guard, so strap in into the hazmat suit to take a closer look. The Army Rule Nurgle's Gift has been upgraded to allow for effects previously exclusive to the Plague Company detachment. The Skull Squirm Blight causes foes to subtract 1 from their hit rolls. Rattle Joint Ague worsens a save characteristic, and the Scabrous Soul Rot provides triple melody of worsened move, leadership, and objective characteristics. So let's have a look at it, right? Nurgle's Gift is an aura. We know about this already, okay? If your army faction is Death Guard, while an enemy unit is within contagion range of 1 or more Death Guard models from your army, it is afflicted. See below. Contagion range changes over the course of the battle. First battle round 3 inch, second battle round 6 inch, third battle round was 9 inch. Okay, afflicted. During the declared battle formation step, select one of the plagues below until the end of the battle. While an enemy unit is afflicted, subtract 1 from the toughness characteristic of your models in that unit, and that unit has the effect of your chosen plague. So you can either subtract 1 from the hit roll every time it makes an attack, that's shooting or fighting. You can either subtract, or you can subtract 1 from the save characteristics, pretty important against armies like Custodes, or Soul Rot, you worsen move, leadership, and objective control by 1, also pretty good, but it does in fact state that it reduces OC only to a minimum of 1, right? When mustering your army, unless specifically stated otherwise, you cannot select Plague Legions as your army faction. This reads very similar to the thing that we saw for Emperor's Children and Slanesh Demons. This frees detachments up to offer new tools without losing access to those important debuffs. For instance, the slow advance of the Death Guard can make it tricky to trap agile enemies, but Mortarion's Hammer will unleash miasmic bombardment to afflict distant foes regardless of how safe they think they are. At the start of the battle round, select a number of enemy units that are more than 12 inches away from every model in your army. It's on the battlefield until the end of the battle round. Those enemies are afflicted. Maximum of those 2, right? The Eye of Affliction enhances this longer ranged approach and ensures that afflicted units find no safe haven across a busy battlefield, while the Font of Filth provides a vehicle of enemies with weakened constitutions. Death Guard model only ranged weapons equipped by models in the bearers have the Ignores cover ability while targeting an afflicted enemy unit. You'll shoot phase 1 Death Guard vehicle unit from your army that has not yet been selected to shoot this phase until the end of the phase. Ranged weapons equipped by models in your army have the assault ability, right? So we can assume that stuff's going to proc off of being afflicted, and you get to choose 2 units that are afflicted, not forgetting that if you pick 2 units that are afflicted that are more 12 inches away from you, and you have, for example, decided that you're going to go worse than save characteristic and -1 toughness, despite the fact that they're not in contagion range at that point because they're classified as being afflicted, despite the fact they might be 40 inches away from you, you will be subtracting 1 from the toughness, and you could also be subtracting, for example, 1 from the armor save, right? So that's cool and very Nurgle. I'm a huge fan of that. This attachment is as a surefire winner for tanks fans, with 5 of 6 stratagems specifically targeting your armored vehicles. But if you lean the other way and want to bury your enemies under a rolling carpet of rotting flesh, the Shamble Rot Vectorum gives you a lot of bang for your buck. The humble Poxwalker might not be much of a threat on their own, but swarms of them can drag down the greatest of champions, and they're even better when they're practically free to deploy. The numberless Horde attachment rule replenishes your ranks constantly throughout the game, bringing fresh squads groaning onto the battlefield that you can casually toss into a thankless meat grinder without worrying about the cross-benefit analysis of other boring business terms, right? Oh, sorry, cost-benefit analysis. Numberless Horde. In your command phase, each of the following battle rounds, depending on your chosen battle size, add a new Poxwalker unit to your army with a starting strength of 10 in strategic reserves. So this is pretty dirty, right? This is pretty dirty. So in your command phase, in each of the following battle rounds, depending on your chosen battle size, add a Poxwalker's unit. So in Strike Force, in battle round 2, 3, 4, you gain 10 Poxwalkers, 10 Poxwalkers, 10 Poxwalkers, to a max of 30 new Poxwalkers. Cool, right? It's very Nurgle. All of the enhancements support those heroes lumped with Poxwalker duty. Let them sacrifice their thralls for extra damage, zip behind enemy lines with a rotting tide in tow, or in the case of the Witherbone Pipes, turn their bodyguard into some genuinely capable and disciplined troops. Stratagems are equally Poxwalker themed, and our personal favourite puts decomposing bodies in front of enemy firepower as a startlingly effective shambling wall. Okay, so Noxious Blightbringer, while he's leading a unit, add one to the OC. Each time a unit takes a battle shock test, leadership test, add one to that test. Shambling wall. Your opponent's shooting phase, one Death Guard unit from the army that was selected as a target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks, and one friendly proximate unit within 3 inches of your unit, visible to both your unit and the attacking unit. To the end of the phase, each time you would allocate an attack to a model in the Death Guard unit, if your Poxwalker's unit is visible to the attacking model, is eligible target attack. No saving throw is made for that attack. Instead, a number of Poxwalkers equal to the damage characteristic of that is destroyed. The one thing I will say is, things like Shambling Wall, and things like the Miasmic Bombardment, they are kind of copy pastes. Shambling Wall is similar to the one we've seen in the Slanesh Demons Grotmust detachment. I think, Miasmic Bombardment is very similar to the Guard Artillery detachment. I don't dislike them, just similar. Okay. The other 4 detachments cover a range of interesting tactical options. The Virulent Vectorum retains the old Plague Company's ability to keep objectives under your control, while the Champions of Contagion get to switch their chosen plague every battle round. Sounds incredibly powerful. The Taliban summoners pair their Death Guard with the Nurgle Demons included in the Codex to expand their contagion range even further. The Death Lords chosen empowers Terminator companies with a particularly deadly plague and ample stratagem support. A Terminator army, maybe? That'd be nice. So no matter how much everyone thinks you just march forwards and cough at people, the new Codex Death Guard gives you plenty of ways to spread the gifts of Grandfather Nurgle. Pre-order yours this Saturday. Because remember, it's Warcom. It is their advert. There you go. And how many members did we gain? Just one from Stephen. We're on 66. Execute Order 66. I thought, well, they've got us up to 100 whilst I was reading that article to them.
No.
Liam already found something to complain about. What are you on about? Craig Mitchell, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Fantasy Star Zombies are a great replacement for Poxwalkers. Yeah, Joe showed me the ones from Soulblight Gravelords. They look pretty. Do we get the Friday article when Mortarion kills a Warhound Titan? I'd like to see what the two Promoc's going to be like after seeing Fulgrim, because after seeing Fulgrim, I'm slightly concerned. A Terminator detachment with a damaging contagion would be cool. It would be, yeah. They're very copy. I mean, everything in 40k at the moment is copy paste. The problem with that House Lord of Corvus is there's so many rules and so many abilities now, because every datasheet has to have a separate ability. Every detachment has to have 6 separate stratagems and 4 fucking enhancements. Because there's so much, a lot of it's copy and paste now. But I do think that the way they've done it with Death Guard, I don't mind copy and pasting so much, as long as it fits and it makes sense and it's not like copy pasting worse. There's occasions, for example, where you see them copy pasting like objectives being under your control, meaning that this zone is under this influence, and some people get good ones and some people get bad ones. Like, I don't see why you'd make one just flat better than the other. If you copy paste, that's fine. Just make it fit the narrative. And I think the copy paste we've seen so far for Death Guard at least fits the narrative, which is good, right? Colton D, thank you for 5 gifted. Look at that. 24 away. You are yawning your arse off over there.
I know.
You're egging you on. I thought for a brief moment when I read that, I was like, he's edging me? Oh god, no.
I was in charge of edging this weekend, wasn't I?
She did so much edging this weekend. So
and
much
I
edging.
even said thank you for letting me do it.
Yeah? Yeah, so much edging. I explained what that meant last night to Luce.
Yeah, you and Brom sniggering over it.
Yeah.
When Brom's like,
Luce
what you been up to?
Comes into the room. Do you want me to keep edging? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Painting a wall is actually, I think it's a kind of therapy, because you have to when you are doing the edge, you have to concentrate. So you have to just think about the painting. Weirdly therapeutic.
I like painting walls. I know it's tragic, but get me fucking roller out. Wee. Come on, Luce, more edging. Wee.
Well, the trick is to not make your border darker than what the roller can do.
Yeah, I have found, however, a thing with painting walls that I don't like. Painting white paint onto white paint.
When you're casting a shadow over it as well, because the sun's behind you.
Yeah.
That's enough to send you blind.
So, hey.
When you have to sort of put your face along the wall and try and see the wet patch.
Oh, wet patches and edging.
Where's the new paint? I can't see it.
What a weekend. That's why I'm so tired, chat. Just a weekend of wet patches and edging.
Wet patches, edging, and pushing your face up against the wall so you can see. Where's the wet paint? Great Easter.
For the edging cleanup fund.
Thank you, Jack, you hero. That means we are 24 members away from target and £24 away from target on Super Chats. There's 2 minutes left on the yellow ones. I think we're going to finish on 3 out of 10. It's a poor effort, chat, I'll be honest. Poor effort tonight. Yeah, 1 minute and 46 away. 3 out of 10. Honestly. Sometimes I feel like you don't even care. £24, 24 members. Pick your poison. 213 people watching. Pick your poison. Pick one of them. Go. A white light, not a black light. Yeah, don't use a black light. Not on a rented property. I don't want to see what's happened beforehand.
But now all it's done is highlight. Like, I was standing on one of our dining room chairs to get to the ceiling bit. And because white is such a clean colour, I got off the chair and I thought, this chair now looks grubby. Even though it's just a chair. But because the colour white is such a clean colour.
I don't recall my Easters being like that. No wonder you're so tired. Love the Death Guard aesthetic. Being a bad Eldar player, I'm always nervous when most of my army is getting wounded on twos by their entire army. I just need to get good quickly. You'll be fine, eventually.
I nearly took an Allen key to the underside of the cushion of the chair.
No, don't do that.
Because those covers can go in the wash.
Yeah.
And I was beginning to feel sort of like it was going to spiral of, the wall looked grubby, so we painted the wall. I looked down to get off the chair, and the chair looked grubby, so I'm going to unscrew the chair. How far will it take me? Well, how far into the very short journey of from here to the washing machine will I spot something else that now, compared to the colour white, looks grubby? And then before you know it, the whole house.
Spent too long edging, and now the chairs look dingy. Classic. Yeah, no. I replaced a head gasket and paid taxes. I'm broker than you, brother. I mean, Siege Roots, you've gifted 5, dude, right? You're good. You're in the good books. You're on the good side of the chat. Okay, you're on the nice list. The Death Guard aesthetic's nice from o'clock. But I do think Eldar can play around it. I don't have a 40-day anything. You don't have something you want to do for 40 days.
Maybe that could be your thing.
Do nothing.
Do nothing for 40 days. How much money would you save? Don't buy a single thing, James.
There's lots of little things you can do, right? You can 40 days of just drinking water. 40 days of trying to do at least 15 minutes of something exercise.
Yeah.
40 days of trying to get to bed before 11 p.m., for example. 40 days of etc., etc. 40 days of trying to ensure you eat your 5 fruits a day.
That's actually incredibly hard.
It is difficult. Exactly, it is difficult. That's my point. You don't want it to be easy. You don't want it to be impossible, but...
Someone told me ages ago we're supposed to be eating 10, but because accessibility and our eating cultures now, the government lowered it to 5.
What strike action talk, Carl? What uprising do I need to quash? Clap meme review. What do you mean, Yeston? I've been unemployed for 60 days. Turns out it's really easy to not do anything for 40 days. 40 days of edging. You'd be dead if you did nothing for 40 days. No eating, no breathing, no drinking. You'll get there eventually. That's one of the things that's the joy about Eldar Run the Clock, right? one of the things I love about them the most is now, especially the new book, it's done a very good job of just not making them be a pick up and play and win army. You have to think about it. You have to play carefully. You have to choose your trades. And that's what I think, personally, I think that's one of the joys of playing that faction. So 40 days of building, 1 model a day to get that pile of shame reduced. That's great. Because Joe won't dress up or keep his promises. Well, this is me, though. This isn't Joe right now.
40 days of just a pile of opportunity, not buying anything
Yeah,
new.
that's what Kianan said. 40 days of building 1 model a day to get that pile of shame reduced.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that one.
It's cool, though, isn't it? I like that as a concept.
Yeah. And then whatever money you would have spent, put it, like, move it across into another account. So it's out. You've not spent it, but it's also not there waving at you in your account.
Yeah. I'm into it. Like it. If you could buy 1 model from a faction that you don't currently collect, what would it be? 1 model from a faction you don't collect, just as like a hobby piece, what would it be? But you boss, I know I'm boss, but I can't control him completely. Trust me, Carl, right? I've said to him we'll do an AOS day once a month at the moment to keep him happy. And maybe not the first one, but the second one I will be putting him down as Fire Slayers. He's made a promise to you. He also promised to organise the Warhammer Day, and that's coming up. I know that's coming up because Luke's put it on our calendar recently.
Mm-hmm.
So the Warhammer Day that he promised is coming up.
Is that 23rd of May?
Something like that, yeah. So then he owes you dressed as a Fire Slayer, and then he owes you dressed as a Goth, right? Is that what it is? Farsight. Probably a GC Abominant. The Organ Tank from Sisters. I'd like the 4 Primarchs at some point. Yeah, of course. Bellacor's a beautiful model. Jakatai Khan from Heresy. A Knight. Inner Circle. The Avatar. Marathi. Absolute classics here, to be fair. Slan. Yeah, he's stunning. Try Space Wolf. Magnus. I need to paint him. Only big fella I've not done. Lord of Skulls with the fire legs. Cool. Not a Warhound Titan incoming as their early birthday present. Wow, look at you go. Incredible. Still 24 minutes to go. Pick up the Lion. The Lion's also a beautiful kit, to be fair.
Play Dark Angels and Guard. Been buying the new EC models. They look great.
They are stunning, to be fair. Krondis is a stunning one as well. Bellacor's good. I've chased him, but he promised to make a Cypher model for the channel member Cypher, who won the competition to get a custom model on stream. Have I missed this? Was I present for this? Joe's made a lot of promises that he hasn't kept. Now you know what I'm working with.
Yeah.
Some of you will see on Friday, there is still a plethora of terrain in the terrain room that is new in box and unbuilt. Because trust me when I tell you, it's not just you lot that he makes promises to. Lycus is gorgeous, by the way.
A gaming stream is in Vag or Tuesday or Thursday?
It'll be a Tuesday or Thursday, I guess. Chat, our chat revenue is now beating membership revenue by 6, 7.
I wonder if Joe's a bit of a people pleaser.
Joe's definitely a people pleaser. Yeah. We have also got 5 minutes to go. I don't know if you can see my eyes. I still need to wash my children. It is time for their monthly wash. So I can't hang around for too long to try and beg for these extra 24 members. I'm going to have to go. But I tell you what, if we do 9 members, actually, if we think about Vag today, if we do 9 members, we will have hit target for the day. I can lower the goal for you. Just 10 more to go. Joe's going to cause a strike. Nah. Just stop believing him. And most importantly, stop sending him stuff.
But
That's a strike.
Also, do you call him out, like on stream when he goes, I promise I'll do this? Do you go, right, Joe, I'm going to stop you right there?
He did a couple of promises quite in quick succession, at which point I was like, I have no reason to believe he won't do it. And nowadays, I'm fully on chat side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 15 on Vag earlier, right? Exclamation mark Vag. Tom, thank you for 5. Thank you so much, Tom. You're a legend. Love you. Jack, thank you for 10. Did it. Nailed it. That'll do. I'll take it. Although you are already 9 away from actually hitting tonight's target now. But I'll take it. I'm so fucking tired.
What was your story?
What story?
You going on about Joe?
I thought I'd finished the story.
Mm-mm.
What was I saying?
We're on about Joe being a people pleaser and how you're on the chat side now.
I'm on chat side now. Yeah, that was
Ghouleman.
done.
Oh.
So I can put him next to Ivrain on the shelf and they can be happy together.
I love that, Brandon. Thank you for the $5, man. What a legend. Live Brandon, thank you for the 1. Mordy Hammer, you fucking hero. Thank you for 10. We did it.
Maybe next time Joe makes a promise, just be like, Joe, are you actually going to do
This
that?
is what happens now on stream. I constantly remind him of the fact that he's supposed to be dressed up as a Fire Slayer soon. Oh my lord, what the fuck's going on here? Luce, there's a new membership train happening.
Choo-choo!
The Lord of the House Corvus, thank you for 5 gifted. Brandon Lagasse, thank you for the 10 gifted. Jesus fuck, what happened here? Yeston, thank you for the 1 gifted. Where's this gonna end?
I wish this never ends. Miss you.
I missed you. I am on a...
Where are you?
I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I'm being a child.
I'm so sorry.
I'm being a child right now, and I think Luce is sick of it. I am on a mad Blink-182 hype at the moment.
I'm so sick of it.
Like, I come down in the morning and I say, Alexa, play Blink-182 playlist everywhere. And it plays on every speaker in the house. And then we get in the car and I plug my phone in and guess what? Same playlist.
I miss you. What's my age again?
It's great music. It's great music. Although I was annoyed that my Blink-182 guitar tab book didn't turn up today, only to realise that it's fucking Bank Holiday Monday, isn't it? So there's no delivery anyway.
Yeah.
Mr. Squeezer, thank you for the 1 gifted. You legend. 1 from 120. Scott, thank you for the 1 gifted. 120. It's still a train loose. Enthusiastic train noise goes.
Choo-choo!
Coordinate Ed, thank you for the 5 gifted. Oh my god, they're keeping us here. Do you reckon midlife wargaming was always called midlife wargaming?
I thought you were going to say something about midlife crisis then.
If you keep gifting, their kids can avoid the wash. Facts. Facts.
No, I've got the garden all prepped now. They're having a wash.
Yeah. The hose has been rolled out. We've already attached the sprinkler. Go on, kids, run around in the garden for 5 minutes. What happens is we put the sprinkler in the back garden. Luce goes upstairs to the back bedroom. We strip the kids off. Wait till it's dark so neighbours can't see. We strip the kids off. We send them outside running around in circles. He just squirts washing up liquid from the top window.
They love it. It's great fun.
And then all you hear is the little one go bubbles. And I don't know if it's because he's excited or because he's shivering. Grifting successful, 100%. Thank you, people. Thank you so much. I can even now forgive you not hitting Super Chat gold because that's incredible. And in fact, if I add Vag on, let's do that. There you go. Look at that now. 10 away from 150.
150.
150. I ain't got no goddamn tree fitty.
I know it's a Death Guard stream, but avoiding the cleaning like this is wild.
The fuck happened? Talk of strike. I take bins out and member train runs in. Exactly, Carl. Southampton shower. Yeah. How else do you clean yourself? You don't want to use that one up in the bathroom. That pulls out hot water, costs more.
That's for guests.
Yeah.
That's not for us.
That's for fancy people. If you don't use the indoor shower, you don't have to clean it.
Not true.
I don't clean it.
No, I do.
Well, as being my midlife hobby, I don't feel like brewing beer or smoking meat or building furniture. I'd like to do all those things, but I can't be bothered with any of them. Dead Cord meme channel. Hang on, let me find it.
Yeah, yes, Carl, when the king comes around. Yeah.
We call him Paddy.
He's so terrible.
Meme gallery. How far do I have to come down, Kev? Joe for Pope? Lol. That is one of the best memes of all times, to be fair. And quite terrifying. Why is AI... Okay. Will it show Discord? It should show Discord. I don't know why AI has changed our logo in the background. But this is a powerful image.
What? AI's changed your logo?
Yeah, because Yeston would have fed an image in. It's changed some bits, but considering AI's done this work, that is...
Is this in Discord?
Goated, yeah. It's on the screen now as well.
Oh.
That is fucking incredible.
Oh.
I can send that to him now because that's amazing. The other one that Mr. Yes has done is this one, which is also... This is like Fallout style artwork, which is cool as shit, by the way. I wish I was better at AI image generation. I'm not good at it.
As you use towels on clean things, do you ever need to wash them?
No.
How the British colonised the world, we'll never know. Oh Lord, that one's...
Oh, they've already shared it in the Thames.
Have you ever seen, speaking of cartoons,
My
have
own
you
penis.
ever seen the cartoon Bluey?
Yes. It's very strange.
I think the opening credits where it goes, Mum, dun, 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 Dad. I think they're dog farts.
I beg your pardon, what?
Watch it. I think they're dog farts.
Oh, very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel like the membership train has calmed down now, so we can go and wash the children.
Yeah, let's go and get them in the garden. We'll
There's
get the dog involved as well. It'll be
There's
great
still
fun.
200 people watching, and we still have 165 likes. So if at the end of the show you feel like you've enjoyed the show, please think about hitting that like button for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who jumped on board the membership train. Thank you to everybody who super chatted and supported us. Thank you for all the likes we've had so far. Throughout the day, like it says here with Vaj earlier, we did hit 140 members in total, which is good because we are possibly not streaming next Wednesday because it's our wedding anniversary. And I think that if I suggest that we stream, Luce will probably kill me.
I will.
But someone keeps giving all of our money to Google.
£5.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we're in much more trouble than I thought if we're losing sleep over a £5 gifted membership.
I do lose sleep over £5. Anyway, you lot are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. As it is, in fact, a Monday, there is no loose fact. There was no news. So this shouldn't also be news. There's no loose fact. But you people are incredible. If you hung out earlier on Vaj, !Vaj. If you hung out earlier on Vaj, thank you so much for hanging out. You are incredible. You are amazing. I love you dearly. Don't let them corrupt him. He's better than them. Who's this? Don't let who corrupt them. All right. Yeah, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for hanging out today as well for this evening. I like the Talking Heads shows. They're one of my favourite things. It's never that much, although Luce is yet again yawning her ass off next to me. Mm-hmm. It's actually never really that much work, is it, really?
No.
Just sat here chatting nonsense with you fucking incredible human beings. Thank you. You're amazing. Like I said, it's a relatively normal week of content with some tweaks. Tweaks being that tomorrow's lunchtime show is me and Paddy, rather than Joe Better Than Catholics facts. Tomorrow's me and Paddy in the daytime, and we've got a live game in the evening. Normal Warhammer show on Wednesday. Normal shows on Thursday. Friday nights after dark might be later than usual. Will be later than usual because we'll be driving back from a meal in town. So all the Thanes can finish their meal, go back to the hotel rooms, and log on to watch us from here do an after dark show. And I shall drink much mead. Good wow. Vaj was good today, actually. Thank you so much. You're amazing. ! Vaj, like I say, if you want to come and join us in the future. In fact, I'm going to do it for you. How do I donate to Joe's Fatty Fund? Any way you'd like. Gifteds, super chats, PayPal. PayPal means that there's no YouTube cut. There we go. Right? Beautiful. Right. That's it from us. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 13:30 for the Liam and Paddy show. Anything you want to say to them before we go?
Best chat.
Best chat. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.